It's 2 in the morning, the world outside is silent, the kind of quiet that makes every small sound in the house seem amplified. Most people are asleep, but for me, this is when curiosity comes alive. The house is quiet, and my workshop glows with the light of my computer screens. The soft hum of electronics is the only company I have, and it feels like I'm in my own little universe. This is my favorite time to explore the internet's strangest corners. There's a thrill in knowing that while the world sleeps, I'm uncovering secrets hidden in plain sight. Tonight, I stumbled onto something that made me sit up, a shadowy web community trading in SMS hacking tools. It was like opening a door to a world I'd only heard rumors about. These sites look sketchy, blinking ads, bold claims, and promises to read anyone's texts or flood phones with messages. The designs were crude, but the intent was clear and unsettling. It felt like a spy movie, but this was real. The tension in the air was almost tangible, as if I'd crossed an invisible line. People were openly sharing these tools, sometimes for free, sometimes for a price. There were even bidding wars for the most powerful ones. I had to understand what was really going on. Not to use them, but to see the science and the danger. The technical details fascinated me, but the risks were impossible to ignore. The more I clicked, the more I realized this was a whole hidden community. It wasn't just a few people. It was an entire underground network. Forums, video tutorials, and step-by-step guides made it all seem easy and accessible. Anyone with a bit of curiosity could follow along. The language was simple, the intent often petty: revenge, pranks, or just curiosity. But beneath the surface, there was a sense of something much bigger at play. That's what made it so unsettling: powerful, potentially harmful tech, packaged for anyone. The barrier to entry was shockingly low. My initial surprise turned to concern. I started to wonder how many people had already fallen victim to these tools. This wasn't just for tech experts, it was for everyone. Teenagers, parents, anyone with a device could stumble into this world. It was like leaving loaded water balloons on a public street. Some would play, others would cause real damage. The consequences could be unpredictable and far-reaching. I decided to dig deeper, determined to understand the threat, and more importantly, how to protect yourself. I knew this knowledge could make a difference. This late-night research project had just begun. I was wide awake now, driven by a mix of fear and fascination. What I found next would change how I thought about digital safety. The reality was more complex and alarming than I'd ever expected. The rabbit hole was deeper than I'd imagined. Every answer led to more questions, and the sense of urgency only grew. And the risks were very real. In a world where anyone could access these tools, digital safety was no longer optional. It was essential. Let's break it down and really understand what's going on behind the scenes. SMS hacking is like someone secretly opening your mailbox and reading your letters. Except it's your private texts, conversations, and sometimes even sensitive codes or passwords. Hackers use specialized tools and software to spy on your conversations, stealing information without you ever knowing. They can intercept messages, track your contacts, and sometimes even impersonate you. It's a huge invasion of privacy, and it can leave you feeling exposed and vulnerable. SMS bombing is different. Imagine your mailbox stuffed with thousands of junk flyers at once, your important mail buried, and you can't find what actually matters. SMS bombers flood your phone with messages, making it nearly impossible to use. Your phone might freeze, slow down, or even become completely unresponsive. The goals are different. Hacking is about stealing secrets, while bombing is about causing chaos, disruption, and frustration. One is a silent thief, slipping in unnoticed. The other, a noisy bully, making their presence impossible to ignore. Both are serious violations of your digital life. SMS hacking can lead to blackmail, identity theft, or even more severe consequences if your personal data falls into the wrong hands. SMS bombing can block emergency alerts, drain your battery, or crash your phone. Neither is harmless fun. They can put you or your loved ones at real risk. These attacks can have real-world consequences: missed emergencies, lost money, or stolen identities. the impact can last long after the messages stop. Understanding the difference is the first step to staying safe and protecting your digital privacy. Both cross a line that should never be crossed, violating trust and security. And both are easier to access than you might think, sometimes just a few clicks away on shady websites or apps. So how do people find these tools, and what can you do to protect yourself? You won't find SMS bombers or hacking apps on official app stores. Instead, they lurk in the internet's back alleys, shady websites, sketchy forums, and underground social media groups. These sites make big promises. Read anyone's texts in minutes, or send 1,000 texts per second. But they're often just bait. Sometimes you get malware instead of a tool. Forums and chat groups share links, tips, and even brag about attacks, creating a toxic community. Video tutorials pop up on YouTube or TikTok, showing how easy it is before they're taken down. It's digital peer pressure, spreading these tools fast. But these places are full of scams and risks. Downloading anything from them is like walking into a trap. The reality, these digital back alleys are dangerous, unregulated, and designed to lure the curious into trouble. And the consequences can be severe. I decided to investigate one of these SMS bombing sites, using a secure, isolated computer, just in case things went sideways. I wanted to see firsthand how these tools actually worked, and what kind of damage they could do. The site was crude, just a basic form. You enter a phone number, pick how many messages you want to send, and hit start. There was no verification, no security, nothing to stop anyone from abusing it. There was even a leaderboard for top bombers, almost like a twisted game, encouraging people to compete for the most attacks. The tool itself wasn't advanced. It simply signed the victim's number up for hundreds of legitimate services that send verification texts, exploiting their systems for harassment. The result? A relentless flood of messages from dozens of companies, all at once, making it nearly impossible to use your phone or block the senders. It's a brute force attack, hijacking other websites to do the dirty work, and it can overwhelm anyone in minutes. As for SMS hacking tools, many were scams loaded with malware, designed to trick people into infecting their own devices. But some were real, disguised as games or utilities, secretly copying every text and sending it to a hacker, all without the user's knowledge. Victims had no idea their privacy was being stolen, or that their most personal conversations were being watched. It's a digital spy living in your phone, quietly collecting everything you do. The simplicity and reach of these tools shocked me. Anyone with basic skills could launch an attack or spy on someone. They're not just pranks. They're real threats, capable of ruining lives and invading privacy on a massive scale. And anyone can be a target, no matter how careful you think you are. SMS bombing isn't a harmless prank. It can have serious, unintended consequences. Imagine missing an emergency alert or a critical message because your phone is buried in spam. The constant buzz can drain your battery, crash your apps, or even freeze your phone. For those without unlimited texting, it can rack up huge bills, sometimes with international fees. What starts as a joke can ruin friendships, cost money, or put someone in danger, and it's illegal in many places. Harassment, denial of service, or worse. Law enforcement can trace these attacks. The risk isn't worth it. You're not just annoying someone, you're breaking something they rely on. The harm is real, and the consequences can last. Think before you act. SMS hacking is far more dangerous than bombing. Hackers can read your private conversations, steal secrets, and use your info for blackmail or fraud. They can intercept bank codes, reset your passwords, and take over your accounts. With access to your texts, they can hijack your digital life, email, social media, even your money. The emotional toll is huge. Feeling violated, anxious, and unsafe. Relationships can be damaged if private messages are leaked. It's like someone stealing your house keys and your diary at once. Undoing the damage is tough. SMS hacking isn't just technical, it's deeply personal. That's why protecting your phone is so important. So, how do you defend yourself? First, only install apps from official app stores. Never from random links or third-party sites. Don't click suspicious links, even if they seem to come from friends. Use authenticator apps for two-factor codes instead of SMS. They're much harder to intercept. Keep your phone and apps updated. Security patches close vulnerabilities hackers exploit. If you're bombed, block numbers and contact your provider. Stay alert for unusual phone behavior, unexpected battery drain, or strange apps. A little caution goes a long way. Build good habits and you'll be a much harder target. Digital safety starts with you. The existence of these tools raises a big ethical question. Just because you can, should you? Using SMS hacking or bombing tools crosses a clear line. It's not a joke, it's a violation. Respect for others' privacy is fundamental. Even curiosity or revenge doesn't justify invading someone's digital life. Supporting these tools helps fuel a shady ecosystem of scams and cybercrime. Every click, download, or use keeps these threats alive. The real question: do you want to build trust or break it? Choose to be someone who protects, not someone who harms. The right side of the line is always respect. Treat others' digital lives as you'd want yours treated. My late-night journey into SMS hacking was eye-opening. These tools are easy to find, but the damage they cause is real. They're not funny, not harmless, and not worth the risk. If you find one, close the tab. If a friend shares a link, warn them. Don't download, don't enter numbers, and don't press start. Instead, use your curiosity to learn, build, and protect. Help friends secure their accounts, not hack them. The internet is full of dark corners, but we can choose to act with respect and integrity. Stay curious, stay safe, and help others do the same. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need some much-needed coffee.